Hello. Welcome to... What are we doing? Amiami.
Nice shot!
Hello. It is that time of the month again where we are looking at anime girls and possibly boys. And I'm recording it a little early because, one, I think there's a lot of figures this month and it might need to be two parts. And two, I think there's a Wonder Festival in like a week. So we're doing it now. Who we got this month? Oh, I don't know about you, but this prototype seems oddly very well detailed and sculpted. I just think from this, it looks really good, but I doubt it's gonna turn out half as good as that. At least Furyu's doing this stuff with cheaper figures instead of like the $200 scales they were advertising a couple of months ago. That was ridiculous. So as you might know, I'm a big fan of Symphogear. And I'm also a big fan of these Symphogear scales by Hobbystock. They're not amazingly painted or anything, but I really like the sculpts of basically all of them. And Maria here is no exception. What's interesting to me is that these have been getting released over the span of how many years? 4 or 5 years at this point. And you can absolutely see the inflation of figure prices as you look at these releases. The original Hibiki, the first one they did, was 18,500 yen. And then we look at Maria, and her list price is what? 26,000? Which is... oh boy. There's 6 of these girls, and I didn't expect to collect all of them at that first price, let alone how much they've gotten now. I'm so hesitant to buy this, because I don't think it's worth that much. She does look good, especially with the whip. It's good. She's pretty, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna care for this or pay this much money for it if they're not already in love with Symphogear. I'm gonna think about it. But I know there's also other stuff this month that I kind of want as well. And I guess we'll just go straight into it, which was this Elementalist Lux from League of Legends by Goodsmile Arts Shanghai. But comparing her to Maria, like, they're basically the same price. And I would much rather have Lux because she looks that much more interesting. I know a lot of people weren't happy with her face. You can look at her face there. It's kind of, like, blank. Her expression just looks really weird, and her face doesn't look very Lux-like. But I don't know if that's still not a deal breaker for me, just because I like how this looks so much otherwise. And the only other point of concern was that her left boob seems a bit droopy. You know, I'm not one to go off on that on figures, but like, it was kind of strangely obvious to me. Everything else I love. All the elements are super cool. It's such a nice base. The pose is cool. I might still get her. But all of that might just be my crippling League of Legends addiction speaking. Who's this? Really? Really? Finally, piano. The piano seems oddly way more well-made than the anime girl. Her face just looks terrible. She can't be that high quality. I feel like most of this budget is going to that piano. There's not a whole lot to her outfit. I think they're just going for a very, very plain paint job here. She's basically 3 colors, one for her skin, one for her dress and gloves, and one for her hair. Like, it's boring. I'm much more interested in this other girl. I think this one is better in every way. The sculpt is more interesting. Her hair has like an actual gradient here. And you still get the music theme through the violin. With all that being said, I don't know if Hobby Max is trustworthy. The one figure I wanted to get from them, I looked up pictures of, and it looked like a bootleg, which was kind of sus. And I don't know if someone was posting pictures of a bootleg and claiming it was real, or if it was the actual real one. So I guess do your research on that, but I like this one, not the piano one. This is a weird looking Miku, and it's also a very weird distribution. This can only be sent to like East and Southeast Asian countries for some reason, but that's such a wild looking Miku. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, the outfit's cool, but then the head and the hair just gives a completely different vibe, in my opinion. I don't like how jaggy it is. It just looks kind of strange to me. I guess I am the resident Atelier simp at this point. I don't know why we're looting Sophie. I don't know why she's that expensive. Swimsuit figures should be cheap. There's no clothing here. There's, like, legit none. I guess pre-orders are closed now, but if you were gonna get a Sophie, surely you'd get this one by Ulta. This is cute. Is it just me who prefers the pure canonical representations of these characters? Korone and Okayu pop-up parades, let's go! I feel like Korone got kind of dudded by this though, but Okayu is great. I love that. Jesus Christ, is this a new Kurumi? What's her leg doing? Why her leg be over here? What? This isn't the first Oiran version of some character we've seen recently, is it? I don't think it's a good thing to be an Oiran. I don't understand why they want to push that so hard. As far as like kimono sort of things go, I really, really like this one. Some of them can go a bit overboard with like crazy wacky colors. So I really enjoyed just the gold pattern on the black, and the obi is really, really nice. Otherwise, I'm not the biggest fan of this. The sculpt is kind of weird here. Despite me liking the aesthetic, the paintwork is kind of bland. Other than all of like these accessories in her hair, I don't think the hair looks that nice at all. So I'm not too keen on that compared to other Kurumis, unfortunately. Is this the witch lady? Why does this look so weird? I think because the hat and coat are removable, this figure is just a complete disaster. To me, it just looks so ridiculous from the front, like neither of them seem to fit. It's weird. How is that on her head? It's up like here. It's just floating. Is that the magic of the series? Does she use her witchy powers to levitate her hat 5 centimeters above her head? I don't think so, but maybe it keeps her hair good. I don't know. I'm doubting it. And then without all of that, this definitely isn't looking like a $200 figure. I don't know what Rosen Maiden is, but I guess this is cool. I'm not huge on these bangs, like there's not enough forehead. I guess there's not any forehead, it's just entirely bangs. But I feel like the one thing that draws me to this figure is the base. I really like the gold finish on that. Otherwise, I don't know how much I have to comment on this. Like, it's kind of fine. And the monotone character design, I feel, doesn't really help with making any of it particularly stand out. Wow, really? So I guess this is Onmyoji's rendition of Tamamondo Mae, which is interesting. I didn't expect a pretty boy, but maybe I should have. Yeah, look at those details. Let's go. I think having a nice gold anything draws me into a figure. There's something about it. Oh, I love that. That's really cool. I feel like maybe his tails could be a bit floofier, but I feel like they're going for a different sort of vibe. But yeah, I think it's a great sculpt and it's probably going to turn out pretty good. What is Belfi and Hava? Okay, I understand. I was going to ask why this one's $160 and then this one's $400. And then I clicked it. I think they're taking a page out of eStream's book with that one. If we put $10 of clear plastic on this, we can make it $200 extra. I don't even know if I like it. If you look at it without the effect part, it looks ridiculous. Like, he's just like, hey. And then with the effect part, it's too much. There is too much fire. This definitely just seems to be a grab at what eStream's doing, trying to weasel people out of their money for effect parts. I'm sure it looks better in person than it does here, but I don't know. Who the hell is this smug lolly? She also has 2 versions. That coat is amazing. I think the detailing on this is alright for what it is. I really like the back of that coat as well. It's so cool. And hello. This is bloody expensive, but look at it. Yes. MegaHouse, you've done good. I really love this. The sculpt is so interesting. It's crazy that so much of this is just hidden on the backside. These feathers are where all of the really nice detailing is. I love all of the layering on this. I think this is such a pretty dress. As long as I don't screw anything up, I think it's going to be an amazing figure. And I love all the gradients on this so much. Excellent color scheme as well. Oh, another one of those bleach ones. I don't care enough. Does anyone want me to talk about these? I don't get why they're so expensive. The one just before this is like amazing. This one, it's kind of gross. Like, what is that? Seam line. Maybe I just don't get bleach. Konosuba Girl's doing a sit. Hell yeah. No one is gonna buy these. It's Tuxedo Sam, let's go. I thought this Illya was pretty interesting. I guess it's kind of rare to get a serious looking Illya figure like this. The issue is, I really like the figure, but I dislike the base. I feel like the base is too big and too much of nothing that it kind of draws attention when it really shouldn't be drawing attention. And are they doing that so they can hold this cape up? Using these little goo things? They must be. That must be the only reason they've done it, right? The base makes it not look good. Swing and a miss, I think. Woohoo! I'm always excited to talk about Genshin stuff because a lot of it looks really good. How do I say this name? King? Apparently it's pronounced Kaching. Kaching? MiHoYo seeing money go into their pockets like ka-ching. She is pretty. She's very, very pretty. Apex seemed to just be doing banger after banger after banger recently. And I hope that quality's that good. I think people have told me it's good. I love this outfit. Even the stockings have like this gold inscription on it. That's cool. Yes. Is it just me, or do characters from games have a lot of extra little fancy detailing that just makes them look way better? I feel like so much of the time, whether a figure is good or not is just character design diff. It's so much easier to make a figure that will impress me if the character design is like very intricate and well thought out, as opposed to some basic anime girl that has to get drawn 50,000 times for one chapter. I like this. I love this, actually. The base is so pretty. The colors work so well together. I've been doing my best not to buy Genshin figures because I don't play it, but goddamn, I will have a serious think about whether I'm going to buy this or not because it is lovely. I thought this John was going to be the most expensive figure I was ever going to buy, but every day she's looking more and more affordable compared to every other figure that exists. She's very good. If you want to, I would recommend picking her up. Her aftermarket price was enormous before this. While I'm here, I may as well plug CDJapan because that's where I like to buy anime figures, and I have an affiliate link with them. As you can see here, it's the same figure, but she's 2,000 yen less, which I think is a great deal. If you use my link in the description or the pinned comment, and you buy anything on CDJapan, I'll make some money from it, which helps me keep making videos like this. And I think everyone who has used my link, it really means a lot. So anyway, back to Amiami. I guess they're just doing all the goals for these Evangelion figures. I think the main appeal of these is just the EVA unit bust for the base. It's so cool. It would be cooler if it was just the base, but bigger. But yeah, I think Mari looks fine. And Kotobukiya is really keeping the price down, which doesn't give me much confidence. Asuka is more my style, but if you like Mari, it's Mari too. What's this base? It sucks. It looks ugly. They're trying to be really artsy with it, and I think it kind of looks terrible. Like, why is there a log? Am I missing some ReZero lore as to why there's a log on the base? Surely not. Surely not. As far as this Amelia goes, she's kind of boring. Her face is very pale, like, I can barely see her nose and mouth here, but even when I really look for him, it doesn't look right. I don't know if this is like a scene from the show or something and it means something to people, but I think there's literally like 10 other Amelias that are better than this one. Oh, this is cute. Of course it's a VTuber. Why are all the VTubers so cute? The thing I absolutely love about this is the hair. The inside of her hair being blue is such a nice touch. There's a lot about this character design I really like. It's pretty unique, really. The bird comes off. I would prefer the bird on head. It looks cute. I love everything about this. I think Kotobukiya has done a great job. Again, it's character design carrying a figure. What can I say? It's beautiful. Why is everything this month so pretty? Why? Why have we been forsaken with so many pre-orderable figures? Oh my god, look at it! I want to see this in person so bad. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess it goes pretty far back off of her. There's too much here for me to say anything, but all of the patterns here are gorgeous. So much so that Hokusai herself is like very secondary to me. And admittedly, I think she does look kind of basic, and this pose is kind of strange. And again, she's like the same price as Lux from the start. Ooh. Why do there have to be so many nice figures? What is this? Oh, I want this as well. I don't even know what this is and I want it. What are those? I'm done. This is so pretty as well. Look at it. The only bad part about this is that it's Hobby Max and I don't trust them. It's so pretty. I think maybe there could be more shading, but the detailing is so nice. The sculpt is so good. This is such a nice concept for a figure, and all of the colors are so good. Someone is absolutely going broke this month, and I hope it isn't me. I'm glad this exists, because I'm sick of looking at good figures. What is up with that face? It looks wrong. I feel like there's already a few good Misaka figures, and the pose on this one just seems particularly whack to me. I've come to realize I don't like much of what Union Creative puts out. Even when it's something not lewd, it still looks kind of off, and then they charge very high prices for things. I feel like I'm yet to really recommend anything they've done. I don't like lying down figures that much, because, yeah, look at that. Does anyone just want this hunk of plastic lying down? No matter how you display it, it just looks weird. If you're gonna do that, then just stand her up. I think the only figure I've seen that handles this well is Mythos' Mary from Kakegurui, where they've put enough effort into the base that it looks good, and the promo pictures use this fake grass to make her look better, but it doesn't help. Other than this poll, I think this might be the best Milim. It's playful, and I love the slime base, if you could even call it a base. I've enjoyed a lot of these Spirit Tail prototypes, and they've finally had their first figure or two come out. There were some downgrades. I think overall they still looked fine-ish. I just wouldn't pre-order this expecting it to match exactly to this prototype, especially in some of the more subtle areas, like maybe the texture and shading on the hair or something like that, because I do hope that it does come out like this. I'm just kind of doubting it now. But yeah, might be my favorite Milim sculpt. I love the vibes and energy of it. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. This video covers about the first 2/3 of September. I'll cover the rest of the figures when I can, but there's a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of videos I need to get out before that, so we'll get there when we get there. Otherwise, I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you've liked the video and subscribed to the channel. And as always, this has been the Ando Experience, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Bye.